a good evening, boys. A good evening, lads. Hey, boys. I've been away for like, I don't know, 6 days. Come back for a game of Magic's instant mono red virgin pussies. Boys, if there's one thing I like when I sit down to a game of Magic the Virgining, it's to know, no matter what changes in the world, it will never be the deck ideas of a stupid bitch. Lads, that warms my ball bags more than you could ever imagine. Ever imagine, Lance. It's such a good... It's just so balls. Well, anyway, whatever. We'll play for an hour, not with this deck. I think if I am to understand the state of Magic's, I think that there are some Alchemy cards, so I'll have a look if any of those seem... It's the classic lad, boys. It's the classic lad. But it will get set on fire, so I don't think we'll be wanking that guy's pubes. So we got Spell Spunks for this, and big score if he does something else. Easy quacks, right, boys? Easy quacks. Boys! Easy quacks. 5 levels of quackage, eh? Alright. I'm gonna believe we're not gonna need to blow everybody up this one time. One time, lads. We are going to avoid having blow up all the cunts, and it's not gonna give me 8. Wouldn't you agree? Of course you would. I'm the best who ever done did Magic. There is absolutely no way I'm gonna get my ass barbecued by a mono red slag. Oh no, Lance. Incredible scenes. So I've got 7 mayonnaise. That's a good number of mayonnaise. I could just bubbles it and be away. I think we're gonna jing shits it though. You know, he needs 1 spell to kill it, which is 5 damage. First spell gets countered. Alright, he might be able to do it, but he'll lose half his hand, I suppose. Nah, easy. Easy quacks, boys. Easy quacks. Ugh, this game. Boys, I can see now why everybody who is in the OnlyFans business wants to get into this shit. It's just the best game. I cannot imagine a better use of anyone's time than to play Magic the Bollocking. Especially if you're sucking Whizbang's dick all day and just dream of being the clean meesh. Let me just check that the audio is on, because you never know. Whoop. You never know when OBS does an update. Sometimes it does the Magic, boys. Sometimes it does indeed do the Magics. Alright, last game with this deck, and then we'll have a look at the Alchemy cards. Hey, it's more mono aids, boys! Lands! The more cards that get released, the fewer anybody seems willing to do anything about it. And, I mean, I don't know what to say. You see with your own eyes that, as usual, I'm right. It's incredible change. Okay, I might use Valakut and get rid of some of these cards because, well, except blow-ups, obviously. Everything else, I think, they're all good, but if I don't draw a land, I think that's going to be an issue. Wouldn't you agree, boys? Of course you would. You guys are on my side. We are the lads of all laddage. Alright, I think I might change my mind now. Yeah. Alright, I think we can manner our ways out of this. Okay, boys? Okay, sweet. I suppose not having counterspell there is not the best, but it's probably fine. As long as we got blow up all the cunts. Isn't that right, boys? I'm so tired of every format. Look at me, Dad! Literally, as Cheeks goes on about the same thing every day, let's once again demonstrate how much AIDS exists in the world. How many identical human beings just fucking faff around in their games of Magic doing the same thing that is still inexplicable to my fucking eyes. Number one, just playing mono pussies all day, but they always mismatch their lands. Why? It's like their brain has nothing going on, and the only individuality they can express is by fucking looking like pussies. I don't understand. But, boys, if there's one thing we do all understand, it's that I'll never understand why this game is AIDS. It should be the funnest, most relaxing load of old bollocks you could ever imagine. Just play a load of shit spells and some big bollocks and rub your balls. And still, boys, it's 2019 and we're all gonna die of AIDS. Alright, those are some good spells, probably. So Valky is good, right? But what do I want to do with it? Do I want to exile the Azusa? That doesn't seem good enough. I think he just bubbles it and exile a couple of the cards. Agreed, boys. Lads. Of course it's agreed. Boys. Of course it's agreed. Also, depending on how many lads we get in the chat by the end of the day, we might play, let's have a look at some Twitter. Because Twitter has been, as usual, an abundance of Magic the Gathering disaster aids. Which, I don't know about you. It's probably the only thing keeping me involved in this stupid shit game. Because it's just so laughably AIDS. And if there's one thing I like, boys, it's laughable AIDS. Ali Warfield having the self-awareness of Darkside Phil, coming after people for not calling out bad eggs in the community while she sat fucking tight-lipped, tighter than a fucking loose ass for sure, pretending that her esports boss wasn't some weird creep because she needed to be full Creepazoid McGee. If you don't know what that means, I mean, I didn't express it very clearly, so I'll understand if you don't. Her esports boss was like a fondly groper, or something close to it. You know how Twitter likes to blow stuff up. But she knew. Half the team knew, and half the team left. But when she found out, she said, boys, I'm not saying shit because I want that extra $5 that being on shit's McBollocks esports team can bring me. And I don't know about you boys, but if not, that's just pure integrity. Pure integral, boys. That's how you know all these peeps just are the most trustworthy lads. How could they be anything other than that? If they only talk dog shit. Boys, you're not telling me you're not horny for bullshit. Oh, but I got so many fucking lands! And I got to do bubbly, and I even got bubbly. I know, maybe try playing another colour and some more cards. But also, boys, I understand that might be a bit taxing in a game of Magic the Bollocking. I said that was the last game of this. I'm going to stick to my word, only because I don't want to play for too long. Magic is shish. What? It's what? It's the shits, lads. Alright, we got some picks. 7? Boys, it is bountiful McGee's today. We'll start with the shits, though. We don't even need our Air Jordans to be ready to fucking slam dunk this in the bin. Straight in the bin. Actually, it might even be good. I don't know. Oh, no. We'll too late. I was going to save those, but it is too late. So let's see what we could possibly use, Lynch. Massive AIDS. I don't know. So is this new? I thought I'd probably. It looks interesting. Seething Skitter 8. When it enters the battlefield, creatures you control and creature cards in your hand perpetually gain. When this creature dies, create a midget, and it can't block. That's for 4 mana. It's probably shit. Right, probably 8. Glistening Extractor. When it enters the battlefield with 4 8 counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 1 or more oil counters on this, seek a card with mana value equal to the number of oil on it, then remove an oil on it. It's fine. It's just random card advantage bollocks. But you can't use it as a commander because it's just an artifact. But it looks nice. Artistically, I think it looks good. Is anyone ever going to use it? I don't know. Probably. I mean, I could just bang it in a deck, right? And then we'll see what happens. But also, fuck you. Tezzeret's Aids. Some other rubbish. When this dies, conjure a card named Mephistopheles Balls into your grave. Perpetually double the power and toughness of this and that card. Then shuffle them into their owner's library. Interesting, I guess. Interesting, I guess.
Would you purchase an Amazon ebook authored by a DSP whale? And send question, but this time with a DSP non-whale regular.
Thanks for the beautiful British $5. I wonder why text-to-speech had such a tough time saying the word whale there. I swear the first time it said whale sounded odd. Anyway, let's have a look. Would I purchase an ebook authored by a whale? And same question, but this time with a DSP non-whale regular. If the book was about their redemption, to a certain extent, away from the cult of DSP, I would be interested into hearing their thoughts on it. Why did they get into it? What happened in their life that they couldn't see right through Phil being a weird... It's not even a scammer. He's just a fucking liar. Like, even if you didn't know about bank leaks and WWE champs and thousands on DoorDash and $500,000 in debt and racism and being banned from every fucking thing, you just watch him play Call of Duty for half an hour and you think, this man needs an immediate $50 from my wallet. How do you get there? How do you not think this man needs an immediate $50 donation to the local hospital to come and get him and stab him? I'd read a whale. I don't know if... Yeah, I'd read it. I'd read one of those books if it was short enough and I believed... I don't even think I need them to have gone through any kind of redemption. I'd like to read a book just explaining why they do it. I don't think anyone really knows. Surgical Metamorph. Costs 1 less to cast if you weren't the starting player. That's interesting. You may have this end of the battlefield as a copy of any permanent on the field, except it's an artifact. So it's literally Phyrexian Metamorph, but worse. So fuck that, I suppose. Last chance, boys, to see if there's anything good. I suppose I don't have to... I'm not limited just to this. I can look in the store. Not the store. I can look at what was available. Because don't forget, Crucius came from Alchemy. Soul of New Phyrexia, eh? Phyrexian Shityard. Discard a card. Conjure a card named Scrapyard into your hand. Interesting. Sacrifice 3 lands named Scrapyard. Conjure a card named Soul of New Phyrexia onto the field. That's just fucking useless horseshit. I thought, yeah, that's just not good. Alright, 7 cards. I don't know what I need. I presume lands. And maybe some solid 3 drops from this set that I remember existing. There we go. Everybody needs lands, lads. Everybody needs lands. If you play standard, which I don't. But it's fine. I didn't answer your question second part. Alright, let's have a look. Would I buy an ebook with a DSP non-whale regular? It would be the same question, but to a lesser extent. It'd be a lot less interesting. So I probably wouldn't read a book, but I would still be interested to know who's watching Phil as like genuine entertainment, rather than in the same way some people watch Fox News to throw their dinner on the floor in outrage, which is how I watch Phil. You watch Philbo to remind yourself at just the futility of it all. Like, you think to yourself, how are we going to save X or Y? Like, apparently the world is going to end because of climate change and we're not doing anything about it. But then you watch Phil and you think, well, then who the fuck cares? If we're saving this cunt, bollocks. Bollocks to the whole fucking shit. Jorkadine, my first one, apparently. Whenever it attacks against plus X, where X is the number of equipped creatures you control, and if its power is 4 or greater, draw a card. Probably fine. You're going to have to literally goldfish it or spend a week and a half perfecting it. So, you know, get your balls on goldfish and everything will be easy quench. Easy quench! My first one, even though I played against this every single draft I have ever seen. Easy shits. Mirren Shithouse, I don't think we're doing anything with that. Green Sun's Twilight. I mean, I don't know what it is about this game. You look at all of these cards and you think they're not even usable, let alone sticking up your ass in free play. They're just rubbish and boring. First strike, protection from multi-aids. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice this unless you discard a card. That sounds awful. That sounds, yeah, the worst. But it is, you know, all Manticores have that. When you discard a card this way, destroy target non-land permanent opponent controls with mana value less than or equal to the mana value of the discarded card. At least it's got a crazy upside compared to all the other Manticore rubbish. But it's still rubbish. Unless, I suppose if you have Phyrexian Arena, then you're not losing card advantage and you're blowing something up. So I guess, you know, if you can guarantee that you're always overdrawing, then it's possibly only regular straight in the bin. Would I read a Derek book? I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to go straight on some kind of weird register and then end up in prison. I don't want to know what that guy goes on. I don't want to know anything in that guy's head that I already don't know. Everything I know about Derek is enough. Everything. Seeing that he had 300 saved video playlists of literal little girls was the end for me. Like, it's kind of funny that he tweets 400 porn stars every night, even the males, and it's like, oh, I love seeing your dick get wanked. I was wanking too. That's weird, but whatever. But that playlist is unforgivable. It just stops that man really being funny, and yeah, it's. I mean, it's horrible to think. So let's not. You know what I mean, lads? Skrylev, defect image. Choose a color. Another target creature control gains toxic and AIDS proof. Can't be blocked. Yeah, that's pretty good. Right, boys? And there's only 1 mana. That is pretty good. But we do live in the mono 1 mana era, so it's probably just average. I mean, I don't know. I look at all these cards, and I still don't have enough to do anything with. Even though I do have a lot of coins. I don't mean to get packs. I mean, they're just rubbish. They're just rubbish, boys. Alright, let's... I know this isn't the way to do this. I guess this is probably fine. Remember when we thought we could play cards like this in free play for fun, and then I play against what do you call it? Literal Mono Black Liliana non-stop. Non-stop. And I'm like, I wonder why this deck seems balls. It's because the game's perfect, lads. The balance is just why cards like this need to be continually printed. So that you can stick them straight in the bin. You know what? I'm going to play a couple of games of that. Just so I can remind myself. So what am I looking for? Alchemy. Which was the latest one? Phyrexia, I suppose. Not collected. Okay, boys. Let's see what we have. Currently, everything looks balls. And also looks non-legendary and mono. But we are at the start, so that's how it would look. Here's a mythic troll thing. 4 mana 4/4 tramps. When it enters the battlefield, you get a boon. Not entirely sure what that even is. With when you cast your next creature spell, it perpetually gets +X, where X is its power. Nah, I think that's wank. Alright, here we go. This is the lad. This has got to be clean magics. Whenever you seek one or more cards, create a 3/3 Phyrexian Golem artifact. Golems have vigilance. Okay, boys, that actually sounds shit. But you get 3 colors, I suppose. And you have to play every seek card that there is. That's probably rubbish. Right, probably rubbish. So these are the only other 2 you can have. Joix, brutal wank. At the beginning of your end step, put an oil counter on up to 1 target creature. Whenever a non-token creature you control with 1 or more oil counters on it dies, conjure X duplicates of it into exile, where X is the number of oil counters on it. Those duplicates perpetually get X. Shuffle them into your library. That sounds like a lot of faffing around, but it's, you know, yeah, it's shit, but whatever. You could use it if you want. False bitch. Starting intensity 0. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, perpetually increase the intensity of this slag and the intensity of all cards named this in your grave hand and library by 1, but not in your command zone. Sacrifice this, target opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where it's this. So does intensity carry over after this thing is dead? Because if it does, then I guess it's something. But if it doesn't, then it's complete shit. It must do, right? But don't explain it to me. That's what I want, boys. I want to see what perpetual means, but I don't want to know what intensity means. Thanks, whizbangs. Yeah, it doesn't explain what intensity is. Perpetually increase the intensity of this. But I don't know if it... I suppose it does mean that it will always stay up. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, perpetually increase the intensity. So I guess it would survive all of the other bollocks. It still seems boring though. Just keep sacrificing this to drain your opponent's balls. I think it's a little bit age. Darksteel Ingot. Indestructible, eh? Now we're talking shit, but it's not legendary, so it can't be a Brawl card. Darksteel Hydra enters the battlefield with X8 counters on it. Power and toughness are each equal to twice the number of oils. When it enters the battlefield, conjure a card named Darksteel Ingot and a card named Darksteel Plate. Oh man, I remember Darksteel Plate. Boys, that gave me the horn. Only because back in the Magic Jewels days, having something be indestructible was basically what you would imagine an indestructible thing is. Not like some mild bonus. You literally couldn't kill a lad. I want to see it. I want to see. How do I right click? You see what that says, right? It says right click for more information. Oh, and crafting options. Fair enough. I want to see what... I want to have a look at a Darksteel Plate. But if I right-click, it only gives me the option to do this. Oh, okay. All right, we did it, boys. We figured it out. Easy Quacks. Equipped creature has indestructible. In Jewels of the Planeswalkers, this was truly the strongest thing you could ever see. Unbelievable memories. Unbelievable memories of slapping CGB's balls all day long. All day, every day. True skill, rank number 8 in the world. That is how unbelievably good at Magix I was back then. True skill is fucking nothing, cheeks! Yeah, but by that reasoning, being number 1 mythic on Arena is nothing. And we all know that that's bullshit. Being number 1 on Arena and winning the Wednesday 1 p.m. lunchtime Olympics is truly just unmatched in the realm of being a crafty boy. Isn't that right, boys? Isn't that classic Magix? Bloody said she wouldn't go full nude, though, says Slim. Oh, man. I mean, yeah, of course. Yana Exari said that. Ali Warfield said that. I can literally see their anuses whenever I choose now. Alright, boys. We got a good hand. But is this guy going to be playing Mono Black Liliana to teach me a lesson? Well, not yet. Mono Blue Virgins instead, boys, for the memes? Or does he have Opt? And everybody knows if you play blue, you have to waste all of your time. Okay, boys. We got Fading 8, like a good classic Mono Blue free play pussy. He's not even Mono Blue, cheeks, you bitch. True. True, boys. Alright. Well, this whatever's going on looks insanely fun. Right, lads? Whatever's going on. You know what? I need to stop being so jaded. We'll just give it a chance. We'll just give it a chance, lads. Maybe this will actually be crazy fun bollocks. Nope. It's some stupid combo dog shit. And it's, yeah, I mean, boys, I love Magix. That's all I know. What am I doing? I guess we'll see. But yeah, my level of jaded balls when it comes to this game is through the roof. And I can certainly imagine this game being the best. Or something. Distribute 2 -1 counters among 1 or 2 targets. So, I can't kill anything. Phyrexian Arena is pretty useless. Alright, didn't draw a land. That's pretty poor. I guess we'll just attack with this, see what happens. Nothing. Okay. What do we got? I don't even know if there's anything here. Alright, there is. Exile the graveyard. That seems like it might be useful against whatever he's doing. But who knows, boys? What do we got? Oh, it's just classic mill. It's just mill them out. Easy fucking shits. It turns off artifact abilities, but these are passive, so it won't do anything to that. I mean, it's different, right? I wouldn't expect to play against this deck in whatever the fuck, but I would expect to play against this kind of horseshit. You know, mill.
I am that which nightmare.
You know, I am jaded because this guy hasn't done anything wrong. He's just playing a deck everybody hates for no reason, and he's got a small knob. But you know, that's the game, I guess. Just pure fucking tiresome aids. Yeah, okay, I'm dead. And I still can't draw a land. Yeah, it's just good memes, boys. That's what I like. I like no lands, draw 700,000 cards, and then die of AIDS. That's what I like, boys. So we're going to get the early GG from the boy. We're going to get the early GGs, Lance. What do you think? We've had an incredible game of absolute zero interaction magic. So you know it's good, clean magic, boys. You know we had a good time. I'm itching to play this again. I'm itching to play such just an enjoyable format. It's like play Magic, but also die of 8. So 8 cards, I'm dead. Boys, I don't know about you. I could play this all day. This deck cost me £40 for that. I fucking love Magics. So on the one hand, you could say, truly, you don't play against that every day. But on the other hand, you think, I don't want to see that ever again. I don't want to see a deck that effectively doesn't do anything. But because you're so intent on trying to just do the stupid shit scarabs, your deck is shit as well. One more try. Maybe. Well, maybe I'll go 2 more tries. You know, I can never be held to stand by wasting my own time. You know what I mean, boys? Mono red for the extra virgin memes, Lance. I don't know if I'm going to play this. I'm just going to play it and let it get killed. That seems stupid, though. What's this? Oh, no, this is some other aids. And boys, if there's one thing I know, it's I love fucking some other aids. I should have played Khan. But I actually can't, because that'd be cheating. But you get the idea. We'll do some fucking aids. I'll keep saying the word aids. We'll all have an absolutely fantastic time. And then we'll be able to say GG's Quack W's, boys. GG's Quack fucking bollocks. This guy's doing the big thinks if he can count to 2. So if I play this, it's on 5. So I think I don't want to attack. We'll try and keep Khan alive. For whatever reason, I don't know. It could also be that just this deck is really shit. But that also wouldn't make any sense. Right, boys? It also wouldn't make any sense. Because I'm unbelievably good at magic. 3, 4, 5. If I draw a land, I can play 2 spells. But this isn't the game where you draw lands, boys. This is the game where you get 8. Unbelievable skills. Unbelievable skills, lads. I bet you've never seen an indestructible land catch AIDS off of the fact that I've got fucking skills. Or some shit, you fucking dweebs.
Acting unwisely.
Alright, so how am I going to get out of this? So that would trade here, but that's not very good. I kind of need... Alright, I get 3 1/1s from this. Right, that's how this works. Yeah. Easy quacks, boys.
Oh, say hello to my little
Easy quacks. Boys, we might be able to slap this one up on the tubes and then pretend like this deck is super fun and I go 18-0. We might be able to live the legs dream if I stick at this for another 4 hours. Boys, if I stick at it for 4 British hours, we might be able to do the memes. So how do I get counters off of this? I don't know. Alright. I should have played that afterwards. I could have got one sneaky attack in there. Like a stone cold bit of memeage. So this will die now. There's no way to save it, so I might as well grab some shit.
I will not stop.
Memorial 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Okay, boys. If I draw a land and get to play this, then I probably win, and then we can slap it off on the tubes, and I can pretend like I had a great time, when in fact I had an AIDS time. But don't tell anybody, because they wouldn't understand. We have to pretend at all costs that we are having the time of our fucking lives. Otherwise, how else are we gonna quack the W's? Hey, we didn't draw a land, boys. Unbelievable. Usual shit. I think you give up one of these for this. Do you? Yeah. So we can unearth it, but I don't know, we'll see. So how does this work? Pay a life, sacrifice another creature, put 1/1 counter up to one creature, and do some other aids. Alright, I must draw a land now. Nope. And yes. I actually don't think it's time for a land. Discard a card, proliferate. Pay 1 life, sacrifice another creature, put a -1/1 counter on up to one creature, and draw a card. Alright, we'll do all of that bollocks next time. Okay, boys. Sarkhan the Mad. Although that's actually called something else.
Begin. Bolus told me I should do this.
Bolus told him to buy wobbly lands, boys. He said, if you don't buy your Godzilla-y wobblers, are you even doing Majiks? And nobody even knew, lads. Nobody knew. They just knew to say Quack W a lot. And then maybe Cocainies would notice them, but probably not. So what is this? It's X damage. Something. Something. Alright. I had a great time. Lance. I can just about keep my balls in my shorts. That was so much fun. You just hate my cheeks, Mr. Cheeks. I might do, Squeaks. I might do. Because both those games were of the required level, I would say. Both of those games were full of shit cards. Which is... I feel like that's what I'm supposed to say that I'm looking for. But I just don't believe I'm ever going to get it consistently. I know it's just a matter of time before I play mono green elves. And when that happens, I might have to... Yeah, look at this. Straight away, you win one game? Well, play a virgin. For sure. For sure, boys. We're playing Teferi free play control for what's known in the business as the memes. This is why you just can't get excited. Because your balls might fall off. Tap an untapped artifact creature you control, add this, discard this, something. Discard this for some stuff. Easy Quack Sledge. Alright, this guy's running out of cards. No, easy. Easy, lads. Definitely, this is the kind of game you would expect. You know what? Magic is just a shit game. The reason why all these cosplay whores play Rule 0 is because unless everyone is on the same page, you get the most just wildly uneven shit fucking bollocks of a game of Magic the Virgining. And it's just not fun in any way. It's not fun to play a control deck that operates on 1 mana. It's shit. It's just shit. This game is for fucking pussies. I don't even know where you start playing a format that isn't Brawl unless you are only interested in playing the horniest Virgin style decks you can find. It's just bollocks, lads. It is truly bollocks. But at least we're having a great time. Isn't that right, boys? At least we're having a fucking fantastic time. I just need constructed decks. I need pre-con decks. The Jewels of the Era, Jewels of the Planeswalker era was just... I can't imagine that not bringing in casual players. I don't know what it's like for a brand new player to be introduced to this and you play ranked where I see with my own eyes bronze decks just to a number wangs be filled with Pro Tour shit. And I just think, badoodle, squeebles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, we got 6 mayonnaise. That's enough mayonnaise to do nothing. Isn't that right, boys? Oh, I should have said 1. I should have said 1 and then 1. Never mind. Never mind, lads. I also shouldn't have paid. That was a mistake as well. I wasn't concentrating. So I 100% shouldn't have said whatever the fuck I said. Because all of that was a horrendous play. All of that was horrific magics, boys. But don't get confused. We're having a great time. And if I win, I get to slap it up on the tubes. But if I lose, then it never even happened, boys. It never even began to happen. Boys, slap this in my ass. That is how much I enjoyed that. It also wasn't Teferi control, clearly. But it was just shit. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know how you get into this game. I guess that they give you pre-con decks, but you never get matched up against other pre-cons. This is not me doing a Desolator Magic speculative horseshit rodeo. I've shown multiple times choosing an unedited pre-con deck will still match you up with Mono Black Liliana. And you might be so into Magic that you can look past all of that stuff. But it's, I don't know. It gives me such AIDS. So I don't know what I'm going to do after this one game. Because there weren't any Alchemy cards that looked worth wasting my time. And I mean, Brawl is the best format. For sure. But what about you, boys? Are you tired of watching Brawl games? Because even if the answer's yes, I can't really do much about it. Because I like it, and I'll always do what I like. I guess we could, in theory and in practice, just go on Twitter and have a good read about Ali Warfield's meltdown and whoever this guy was that I'd never even heard of. What was his name? Josh Triple M. Anybody ever heard of that guy? Apparently, oh, it's Mill again, boys. My favorite. My favorite. Apparently, this guy Josh Triple M wasn't handsy. He was just slimy. From what I can see, I read a lot of Google Docs just so that I wasn't lost in ignorance. And apparently, boys, Nexus MTG sucked him off for the memes. And then was embarrassed by it, but then also was like, well, you know, fuck it. And it might not have actually been hurt. So which of these need to die? Whenever a snow permanent enters the field, somebody has to die. So what's that? 2 out of 4 games have been Mill. That's great, boys. That's great. All I can say, boys, is Mill is the best. I love non-interactive games. If ever there was a game of Magics I would point to and say this is what is good Magic, it's both players effectively playing against a brick wall. So how many we got? 33 cards. Can he mill 33 with 4 mayonnaise? He might do now, boys. He might be able to do it now. So let's see. He has to block everything. Otherwise he'll be dead. I suppose you could play one more card and have these become miniaturized. Alright. Just such a shit game. It's so shit. Alright, he did it. He was insanely good at Magics. 22. Oh, he didn't do it. I forgot what Afflict even is. I forgot what Afflict is, lads. You take 3 damage if you block this creature, I think. But, on the plus side, what a fun time. Right, boys? You fucking hate Magics, Mr. Cheeks. I do. But, it's also the best game ever. Or something. I don't even know what my point is anymore. All I know, lads, is that the Magic community is the biggest bunch of pussies, gibberish, horse shit ever. That I've brought up the old Platonian approach to knowledge and the truth, and the only true knowledge I've garnered from this game is that the community is a rancid bunch of hypocritical pussies. That anything about the game, I'm still stuck in the belief section. Hondens, dudes! Boys, if there's one thing I know about Hondens, it's wobble up all of your cards, play free play, and hope you play Dr. Cheeks playing -1 counters. That's the one thing I've learned about Magic, is that Hondens dudes are always willing to give wizards an additional couple of $100 for all of the wobbly lands. I'm not playing this after this game. It's just, I don't like it. I like Brawl. I like understanding that everybody pretty much has the same strength deck. You don't have to compromise your entire build just to crowbar in these shits. Like, this is awful removal. It's just rubbish. It's just rubbish, which is fine, sort of. But I also complain the whole time. So I guess it's not really fine. You know what I mean? Of course you don't. I don't know what I'm talking about. All I know for sure, boys, is Wedge is a fat bitch. All I know is Ali Warfield is a fucking liar. All I know is Bloody has that DNA genetic makeup of some of those whores who are obsessed with trying to show their tits and make up an excuse as to why having an OnlyFans isn't just to show off their fucking man-baps. It's for some other reason, like raising charity. Because if there's one thing I know from all of the world, boys, it's that nothing can create boobaloid awareness any cleaner than making an OnlyWank. So, yeah, Arc like Phoenix, that's about fair, right? Arc like, this is why. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Arc like fucking Phoenix in free play versus Scarabs is the same. That's the same. This is why I don't want to get into this game. This is why any fucking shit. How has Wizards gone like, okay, Arc like Phoenix, net deck, wobbly land, complete virgin pussy is the same as Defiant Greatmaw and Baleful Amit. This is why I'm never getting into this game. And this is why these pussies ruin free play. Arc like Phoenix is not free play in the beginning. And then to enjoy your fucking self because you get paired up against my shit deck makes me so sick. Like, I think it's a personal quirk of mine that I cannot stand people looking like pussies. Not even looking like. I can't enjoy a situation or a game, let's just say game, where it is just flooded with virgins to the point where I don't enjoy playing it. This is the only format where I feel like everybody has a pretty decent enough chance of having a game of Magic. And then, on top of that, I just don't play against 5-color, because I feel like that's over the top. But, you know, everyone's free to do whatever they want. And if you want to live your life as a fucking pussy virgin, then I can't help you out. I just can't help you out. That's your life to do as you choose. Easy quack sledge. So I could go for a Crucius, but I do think it's going to get killed. So I think you just bide your pubes. Agreed, you fucking dweebs. Whatever the fucks. How about throwing all B1 in this deck? It's red, right? I assume you don't mean this deck. I assume you mean your mom's pubes balls or something. Okay, we'll see if Chandra can't ride her tits. Oh, easy quacks, lads. Easy quacks. But I'm glad it offered me to pay, even though I couldn't pay it. But that would have been easy quacks. Oh, we're playing Brawl. I thought we were still playing free play. Alright, I do think we have a good chance of quacking this. I do think we got a solid chance of going full quack slants. And you know that's important. Alright. So, that still equals 5, right? Okay, Lance. We might have gone full Quackalinos. Probably don't want to spell pierce my own spell. The counters deck, yeah, the counters deck doesn't have red. So I'd have to redo... I mean, I'd have to redo the whole deck, really. I don't think there's enough... I don't think there's enough removal just to keep me alive.
This was a waste of my time. There's no problem fire can't solve.
Alright, I think this guy can't get out of this.
I have returned.
But you never know. You never know, boys. But for sure, my favorite thing in all of Magic is just Twitter. It's by far the most rewarding element of this pussy game. By far, lads. The amount of horseshit you'll see on a day basis. And not just horseshit, like
I'll be taking that.
properly self-righteous. They know what's best for everybody. Anyone who doesn't agree is an idiot. Not to use the parlance of the tubage, but it is such an echo chamber. But also the self-delusion is on another planet. Ali Warfield obviously is a special case because she has, I presume, some kind of bipolar disorder. Here we go, boys. I only need 5 of these, and we might be able to play a meme deck one time. At the moment, it costs me too much actual human money. Alright, that's enough Bolas. I could play this Bolas deck forever, though. But, you know, just to shake it up, we'll play something else. But I fucking love that Bolas deck. But let's go back to the thing that really gives me... It's 2:45, boys. I'm supposed to be gone at 3. Alright, I'm going to start streaming a bit more. Maybe. An hour a day. How would everybody feel about that? Hey, it's me. Mono 8s. But we do have a lot of burn spells. Yeah. So I guess we might be able to get out of this one. We got burn spells. But that's a sorcery. Oh, look at me, Dad. Look at me, Dad. 1 cent deck, £20 lands. Everybody knows that's how this works. Everybody knows that's how these memes are going, boys. Another 1 mana bitch. Oh no, he's missed his 1 mana bitch, lads. Unbelievable levels of bitchism. I'm actually going to blast this, which is a bad play, obviously. But I don't want to have this guy having a wank. Does that make sense? Good. So what is my play here? Whenever you cast a spell, you may discard your hand. If you do, so I presume this will just get killed, and then he'll do something else. But that's fine. Key is pretty good. But I might be needing some lands. You don't know. Piece of peace. He's getting ready, boys. I'm getting my notifications that the man's booting up his balls. Uh-oh, boys. He needs... Okay, he's got it. So... He'll draw a lot of cards, but then so will I. Nah, it's just such a virgin's way. It's such the virgin's way. Little Bo Peep sleeves, £20 lands, 1 note virgin ideas. Alright, so this gets me 2 lands, I suppose, and I can still do something else. Add 2 mana in any combination, only to cast dragons. Look at the top 7 of your library. You may reveal a dragon and put it into your hand. Alright. I do feel like I'm just going to lose to him being able to draw too much. But that's my fault. I knew. I knew what the deck was. And I still caught 8. So it's good clean magics. Right, boys? I must play Blow Up All the Peeps. It just doesn't make sense if I don't have that. Demonic Tutor's got to be good, but Lightning Bolt actually gets rid of this cunt immediately. I'm going to take the Bolt. I'm gonna kill this as... Nah, I suppose you could just recast it. We'll wait until the attack phase. Well, he might be able to give it a bibbles. He might be able to give it feign death or some other bollocks. So what does this do? When it enters the battlefield, choose one. Target opponent gets 8. Alright. I think I'm actually just going to look for a dragon as well. So it's a pretty good one, but without another dragon, it's actually bollocks. Alright. I think we might end up catching 8s, boys. But at least we had a great time. Oh my lord, he's gone full 8s! Okay, so he's just attack a bunch of lads, perpetually gets -1, and return to the battlefield. Alright, we'll just block there. Alright, I need a dragon or a burn spell. Or something. Okay, boys. We might be able to quack it. So, as long as he doesn't blow everyone up, we might be able to slap it up on the cheeks. Alright, fingers crossed for a dragon. Oh, you fat bitch. Amazing scenes. Unbelievable autoplay bollocks. There were about 4 or 5 triggers there I weren't expecting. But don't tell anybody, because then you'll think I'm really good at magic, boys. Then you'll think I had it under control the whole time. But in reality, I mean, I built this deck. So all of these triggers I must have anticipated while I was building it. So the fact that I've forgotten now is just clean quacks. But at least that guy had his wobbly lands to fall back on. So, basically, we both had a wonderful time. She quacks, boys. Des says you can spend every month a Netflix subscription, Disney Plus, HBO Plops. Each one of those runs you 10 or 15 bucks a month. That's not true. None of them are even 10. Well, that's maybe, depending on what you get. And you get a ton of content. If you subscribe to DSP Gaming, it's... I don't know if you know, lads, because if you are not afflicted with AIDS to the level I am, you might have given up on watching Dark Side Phil. But the last couple of days, the lid has completely blown off his top when it comes to begging. Completely gone off the side of the planet when it comes to just crying about how little money he has. It's truly been a sight to behold. So what do I get? White or green? Or even red? I think we'll go red. Okay, boys. What do you think here? Also, I suppose this deck could be touched up, especially the lands. Because it hasn't been fucked around with it in a while. And I should take, what's his name, advice. Sam Black, in running more lands than you even think is necessary. Because drawing lands in a format like this is important. Now, it's truly the last 2 days of Phil have been the reason why I got into him in the first place. But like I was saying to Des earlier, the only thing that really stopped us from seeing like the Northern Lights level of just pure beauty is that the whales came out this morning and last night. So Phil, you know, can just about live on his what, $300 a day. You know, like all of us do. I know I don't think I have said this in a while, but I want to punch Phil in his face. Like, truly want to just beat him up. And I know I always said that was a bad sign if you ever get to the point where you hope he just befalls some tragedy. But I'm there. I'm fully there now. Anything that could happen to him, or his wife even, I would be happy to see. If he comes out and says he's got cancer, I'm gonna laugh. If he's like truly awful things, I'm like, good. If anyone deserves it, who's not like a rapist or a tyrant, it's you. You fucking greasy, gross, just wheelchair exploiting piece of shit. I really mean it too, boys. If I hear like Phil is sick, we're doing a 24-hour stream. Easy fucking quacks. Easy quacks, boys. Ugh, that's not very good. So this guy ditched a lot of these. I forget how they work. You may exile Dragon's Approach and 4 cards name this. If you do, put a dragon card onto the field. Uh-oh, boys. Uh-oh, boys. We might catch a bit of the 8. But we do have Swords to Plowshares, which should be able to get rid of any dragon. Right, boys? We should be able to quack it. As long as I draw a land, which I don't think I've done all match. So, Sam Black, once again, is truly just a next level squeebler. I mean, I don't know. He got to do everything he wanted. But it wasn't enough, boys. It wasn't enough for me being stuck on lands again. Incredible scene. The Woe Long Rages have been great to see too, says Slim. Oh, by the way, we got to go all the way back to Vice Admiral Jean, who actually added me, which, as I say, is the best way for me to get to notice your messages, because I often lose track of what I'm seeing because I do so much whiz. But he says, cheeks, what's for dinner? What is for dinner? I am currently dinnerless. I've got some chicken goujons on the table, which I had planned on cooking yesterday and just didn't get round to it, which I probably should cook now because they have been out of the fridge for 24 hours. But I don't really want them, is the problem. I get, oh, virgin alert, boys. Also, any of these do 4 damage at instant speed? No. Oh, 4 damage. If excess damage was dealt this way, call the police. So, I think he just killed the next creature as well, and then, I don't know. But I do think I need more lands. I do think I need more lands, oh boys. I don't know what he's oopsing about. He might have a small knob. He might have just realised, boys, his knob is on the small side. So is it another deck? Attack a 2/2 into a 4/4 and hope for the best. Like all... Hey, boys, it's truly good Majiks. Attack a 2/2 into the 4/4 and squeeze your pubes. And do emotes, obviously, because why wouldn't you? Alright, let's have a think. Yeah, this is the only way. Alright, these are exiled at the end of the turn, right? Slap it up on the tubes, boys. Slap that shit up on the fucking wobbly land 25-pound virgin tubes. Attack a 2/2 into a 4/4. Slap it up on the fucking... This game is basically chess tubes, boys. I love Majiks. Wobbly up all of your done shit fucking rubbish, boys, and then slap it up on the fucking aids. Easy quacks. And say oops twice. You know, just so everybody knows that you never saw Boobaloids on New Year's Eve. That weren't on the TV. Easy quacks. So let's have a look at this deck. I mean, I won every game, so obviously it's perfect. But let's see how we might be able to improve upon perfection. Which is stupid, because, like Legs has shown us 100 times, 41 lands! And I'm still getting pinched on the lands. I honestly thought that was going to say 31. Well, 41 is way over the odds for lands, so I can't add any more. There you go. I mean, the game, it just makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense, boys, all day long. Quackage of quackies. Still, let's see what's new. Yeah, we'll just stick with the sexy bollocks. So, I don't know, rebalanced is not what I'm looking at. So, I don't want that, or this, or that. Oh, here's a Dragoon. I don't think that's for me, though. This guy might be. Add green or shits to cast creature spells. Okay. Create a beast. Deals X damage as you choose among any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers. I didn't see many planeswalkers in here, actually. Maybe this is the deck for... What's the word? Oh, there's one, but it's not very good. This might be the deck for... You know, the Immortal Sun. What do you think, boys? I think it might be an Immortal Sun deck. So Chandra out. Oh, there's another couple of cunts. And this one seems like it might be interesting. Search a library for any number of dragons, put them onto the field, and then shuffle. I mean, technically, that is the end of the game, if you were to do that. I still think we've played enough versions of the same sort of rubbish. The Great Squelch. Yeah, I mean, I felt like I didn't draw enough cards in all of my games. So, we'll plop an Immortal Sun. I don't know about this. We'll think about it. Definitely not that. Oh, we're not playing Planeswalkers, is the point. I see now. I do like that. I'm going to take this. Protection from red and green. Whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage, you may play the additional thing. I don't think I have enough... I don't think we have enough spare creatures for that to be useful. Yeah, we're not playing those because they're not dragons. We'll see what dragon exists though. So what am I looking for? Immortal Sun. And one more dragon. may or may not be in the deck as is. Oh, this is new. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put any number of non-land permanent cards with total mana cost 4 or less from among them onto the field. Probably fine, right? Laylight. 4 mana, I think, is a good number for dragons. Well, I've got them all anyway. I don't think this is as good. That might be good. Ancient Bronze Bitch. They're all a little bit wank. This is good though. But I'm not going to buy this. Alright, we've got 100 cards. That'll do. Right. Alright, we've got 2 more games before I'm going to go and watch Piece of Peace. Any requests? Any requests, Lance? Otherwise, I'm out of here. Sigarda's Splendor looks like a waste of a card. It's the fact that it can draw cards. The fact it's the only thing in here that draws any cards is why it's there. Okay. I get to go first, and I get a bit of ramp. But I don't have blow up all the peeps, which is what this guy is doing. We'll see how it works. That's probably acceptable. Terror of the Shits is the one. If they can't kill it on the first turn, it's pretty much all over. What will she, boys? So, 4 mana red Alchemy Dragon. Is that the one that deals damage to lands? If that, I've got that in here, I'm sure, if that's what you mean. Not does damage to lands. Makes you sacrifice a land or you do something else. Alright, we might be playing a man who's died of a heart attack, boys. It has been over, what, an hour since I've been streaming. We are due for an obese man to die. But if I hold on really quick, I can say it's a win and slap it up on the tubes, and then I'll be 5-0, and everybody will think this deck is perfect. Easy quacks, boys. Boys, you're not telling me this isn't exactly why we all play Magics. This is exactly why we all sign in every day. Opponent's dead in his chair, discarding cards, not playing lands. Boys, slap this fucking shit up on the tubes. Somebody send this to Legs. Let's get him super annoyed that this could happen to anybody except him. One thing I had noticed, I don't know if you... Well, I'll add a caveat at the end of it. But while I was watching the video, 2 things actually got me. I was watching a CGB thing, and he said he doesn't do any streams anymore because it's too much of a time sink. And I thought that was quite funny, because a 2-hour or 3-hour stream is 3 hours work. Right? That makes sense. But a 1-hour Magic video for someone who is forcing themselves to go 15-0 is probably like a 5 hours works of a job. But then he also said the reason he's not going to stream is because he's got tons of shit in the fire. And I wonder what that means, boys. Is he now part of the Whizbang's commentary crew? Has Professor Peepers finally shipped in someone who's not a 24-year-old girl in exchange for someone who's got 100 million views on the tubes over 7 views because they've got their tits out? I don't know. We'll see. But also, he's doing the proper soy boy DSP low effort reaction face. And I don't know. Sometimes when I see that kind of shit, I just think, you're 42 years old, son. Everybody watching you is 38. What's going on? Boys, how have I just lost what it is to be normal? And I say that as a man who talks to himself, as a gypsy woman occasionally. And I still think, as someone pointed out, I think that I have the full 10 out of 10 cognitive integrity for the memes. Okay, boys, we might be in a bit of AIDS. We might be in a bit of AIDS if I can't draw a land. Uh-oh, boys. I think we've got AIDS. We had a good run, but 41 lands clearly is not enough lands. 41 lands, boys, and we're still dying of AIDS. 41 lands, lads. That's how you know Magic's the best. Sam Black can give you all the fucking good ideas in the world, but when you need 41 lands and you've got 41 dicks, it is clean mujiks. 40, I don't know how many, 45 lands? Is that how many lands you need, boys, before you can draw a land? Would make sense. Easy quacks. Alright, that's enough for today. That's enough Magic for today, boys. I'm off to watch piece of shit laugh at Darkside Phil, and I'll stand by what I said earlier. I really hope he doesn't get any money, and I know that that's a bad mental spot for me to be in, because you should never watch Phil not expecting, because I don't expect anything bad to happen. I know he's just got the witch's brew to just, he's the Pied Piper of wheelchair dipshits. So he'll always come out alive. He's the cockroach, the pig roach, as everybody has pointed out. So I don't think anything will happen. But if he doesn't get at least $50 tonight, he's gonna bitch. And I like seeing that man squirm. Ah man, I really want to punch him. It's rare I give a shit to that extent, but you know, what are you gonna do? Anyway, boys, until next time, which might be tomorrow or who the fuck knows when, I shall see you again.